7 years of hell. Let's talk Harry and Meghan. This is GBN Royal. I'm Nana, a queer. Now today marks their anniversary. 7 years indeed. Meghan has just put out an Instagram post, pictures not yet seen. You know, the ones that you leave on your phone that never see the light of day. A mood board of photographs celebrating 7 years of marriage, ignoring the hell that they've put their families through. Let me run you through my mood board. It's called 7 years of hell. Let's start with the wedding. We all loved it. I punched the air when I heard he was with a mixed-race lady. I thought Diana would be so proud. They had the world at their feet. There were celebrities at the wedding like the Beckhams and Oprah, although alarm bells should have been ringing as these were people that they hadn't actually met beforehand. Absent was anyone closely related to Meghan other than her mum. It didn't take long for them to ostracise people around them, and soon it became clear, after long-standing workers within the inner circle or the firm started leaving. The late Queen gave Meghan one of her personal aides to help her navigate being royal. Sadly, that didn't last long. 2020 was the exit, where they went in search of privacy, which started with a global interview with superstar Oprah Winfrey whilst Prince Philip was on his deathbed, where they pretty much accused a member of the royal family of being a racist. Fast forward a few years later, after putting them through hell, Harry denied racism within the royal family and called it unconscious bias, blaming the British press for the interpretation, even though pretty much everyone picked up on it, and he even allowed the accusation against his family to continue. So the late Queen went to her grave with this hanging over her legacy. They had the Netflix series whinging about how they'd been treated, branding the UK Empire 2.0. Pretty ungrateful, seeing as it was the British public who had paid for and supported Harry throughout his life. Meghan released her book Bench, which is where most people left it, about the importance of a relationship between child and father, which is odd because neither her or Harry seemed to want one with theirs. We had that sycophantic podcast, Archetypes, where Meghan fawned over various supposed celebrity friends. It didn't take Spotify long to see through her and call them effing grifters. Meghan lost the contract. Then we had the book Spare, or Where, which South Park had a field day with. The Americans finally seeing the light, and we've had numerous other Winds Fests, faux royal tours. My favourite one was in Nigeria, where they had to stand for the national anthem and sing God Save the King. I never get sick of seeing this clip. It gets me every time.
7 years. That's how long Harry and Meghan have dominated the headlines, and not always for the reasons they'd hoped. What began as a fairy tale romance has spiraled into a saga of conflict, scandal, and estrangement. Tonight, we expose the 7 years of hell that have defined the Sussexes' royal journey. In 2016, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were celebrated as a modern royal love story. A prince and an actress, breaking tradition, bringing fresh energy to the monarchy. Their wedding in 2018 was a global spectacle hailed as the dawn of a new era for the British royal family. But behind the glamour, tensions were already brewing. By 2019, the narrative shifted. Rumours of rifts with William and Kate, complaints about Meghan's treatment by the press, and whispers of staff disputes began to tarnish the fairytale. What had once been charm was now portrayed as controversy. The Sussexes felt besieged, and the palace unease only deepened. In 2020, the bombshell dropped. Harry and Meghan announced they were stepping back from royal duties. The decision, dubbed Megxit, sent shockwaves through the monarchy. For supporters, it was a bold move for independence. For critics, it was abandonment, a betrayal of duty. From Oprah to Netflix to Harry's memoir Spare, the Sussexes opened the floodgates. Every grievance, every slight, every royal secret laid bare for the world. Supporters praised their honesty. Detractors accused them of cashing in on drama. And with each revelation, reconciliation with the royal family slipped further away. Now, 7 years on, the fairytale looks more like a cautionary tale. The Sussexes' popularity has plummeted in Britain, their brand increasingly polarizing abroad. Harry remains torn between duty and independence. Meghan fights to control her image amid relentless criticism. And the royal family watches from a distance. 7 years of love, loss, and controversy. What began as a storybook romance has become one of the most divisive chapters in modern royal history. For Harry and Meghan, the dream of freedom has come at a heavy cost, a cost that some say looks a lot like 7 years of hell.
And Harry has wasted time and money bringing libel cases against the press, some of which were completely unwinnable, and the most recent one against the Home Office, where he demanded the same level of protection he had whilst he was a working royal. Otherwise, he is unlikely to come to the UK with his wife and children, basically using them as a bargaining chip so they may never get to see their grandparents if he doesn't get what he wants. And during this time, Meghan's dad suffered a stroke which almost killed him. She has yet to even speak to him to see how he is, and both King Charles and Princess Kate were diagnosed with cancer. Meghan released her jam at about the same time. Sweet. And to be fair to them, Harry and Meghan, they have tried to shed their terrible, uncaring image by visiting people who they didn't know, whose houses were burnt down whilst theirs still stood during the California fires. I don't know about you, but they'd be the last people I'd want to see if that happened to me. It's basically gone from bad to worse. The latest in the saga is Harry telling us how much time his father has left, somewhat insensitive given that his father has been diagnosed with cancer and Harry doesn't really have a clue anyway. And it doesn't look like Harry has many friends left either, as he was seen in Ring doorbell footage knocking on what would appear to be addresses of his old mates. Very sad. In the meantime, Meghan has been knocking up recipes and has reinvigorated her old job grifting online, something she really didn't have to do.
Let's make a show.
Let's go. I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it, surprising people with moments that let them know I was really thinking of them.
What?
Frankly, it's been a disastrous 7 years. Credit to them that they've managed to stay together throughout it, although the mess has been of their own making. To be fair to them, it's been, shall we say, entertaining. So let's raise your glasses to another 7 years. Cheers!